Next up on the Always Games TV show, we've talked a lot already. Wow. But no, the next thing I want to talk about is actually, we spoke about this last week. Oh, not last week, a couple of weeks ago, was Batman Telltales. Now, I finally picked it up. I've got episode 1, played through it, and I wanted to start give you guys my impressions on it. Have you guys managed to have a go on the Batman Telltales game?
No.
No, but I'm excited because Telltale games are normally really good at the moment they're out there, and Batman seems like a good area for this because I never really got into the Arkham games. Like I tried a few of them and they seemed good, but nothing really drew me in other than the story and just being Batman for a while.
Just being Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is abysmal and 10 is not bad, how good is it?
It's a good solid 8, pushing towards 9.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It doesn't do anything really new, I'd say. It seems to run really well compared to previous Telltales games on the console because they always seemed a little bit choppy.
Borderlands was fine.
Borderlands okay. I found they always seemed to stutter, or it was like a moment there used to be sort of, I don't know, there were just elements between certain cuts. There was a bit weird.
Even on PC, it's like that.
Yeah, the engine just didn't seem to be overly optimized, really. I don't know what the hell they're doing. This is apparently a slightly upgraded version of the original engine. It runs much better. There's still occasional moments where I go, that didn't weird. But other than that, it works really, really well. The setting of Batman is perfect for this. Go on.
I know he's a detective, but I mean, doesn't he normally, like, every time you see him, he's just like beating someone up?
Well, you see, what I liked about this one, this is where the approach where they've gone with it, is that basically Batman is 2 characters. You've got Batman, obviously, and Bruce Wayne. And you are basically playing these 2 people almost... You can choose to play them exactly the same, and how Batman is, Bruce Wayne can be. Or you can play them differently. Like, I'm not giving away the story, but at one point you're at a party and you're Bruce Wayne. Now, you can be the dumb rich boy Bruce Wayne, the utter douchebag rich boy Bruce Wayne, or the kind of nice guy, just polite, you know, like shake hands with people and sort of be that sort of Bruce Wayne. And that's my cat. Yeah, she hasn't played Batman though, but she is Batman. And to be honest, the approach with this is really, really good. And then there's Batman where you could sort of play the vicious part of Batman. You could be really brutal. You could almost kill people if you wish to being quite passive. Just basically be scary, which is like what you would say the traditional Batman is in the comics, not like the Batman versus Superman version, which is kind of the let's not really kill everyone, but let's pretty much kill everyone.
Well, he's had enough and he wants to turn to the dark side.
But this approach for Telltales is just, it's spot on. It really is. I've enjoyed it. I got past episode 1, obviously. I think episode 2 is out at the beginning of next month. It's really, really good. They're really good. There's elements of the combat is interesting, quite tricky as well. There's some elements of it where you're fighting against some of the bad guys, and it caught me off guard a couple of times. It challenges you a little bit, but not so much that it makes it really, really hard. But just still, it took me a little while to warm up into it. The detective element when you're at a crime scene is quite good, because you have to sort of track and work out what's caused what in a crime scene, and then he'll basically go to his, I'm going to call it the bat vision, and he can sort of see a ghost of what's out in the bat. He calls everything bat, and basically see the ghost of what the situation will have been, which will have caused that.
Yeah.
And just things like that. It just works out really, really well. And then the story of it, for this obviously is episode 1, it doesn't really do a huge amount, but what it's starting to initiate is quite an intriguing story.
So it sets the scene for the rest.
Really, really well. There's still, I wish whoever writes these Batman stories, whether or not it's the films or the games or whatever, we get it. His parents have been shot, and they go over it again, just like it's like again, not giving away the story or anything, but there's a character who's there who's chatting to Bruce Wayne, and it's like, in this situation, you wouldn't say what they say. And they're quite old, and they go, oh, it must have been hard when your parents were shot. And they sort of stood there. This guy is pretty much like on the verge of tears. This is during a party as well. And she goes, I'm being brought up all alone in this house by yourself after they were killed. They were an asset to this city. that must really hurt. And you can sort of bring Bruce just like, and get out. It's just, yeah, it was like situation like that where we were just kind of like, we get it. Batman doesn't have any parents. This is what's caused Batman, you know? And they did it with the Batman versus Superman film. They went back over the origin story a little bit. And they just need to now just basically realize that if someone wants to know the origin of Batman, just type in Batman on the internet and you will find it very, very easily. That was the only, probably, I would say, criticism to this, because you kind of go, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we'll quickly skip over that bit. But overall, the voice acting spot on. Yeah. If you enjoy Telltale and you enjoy Batman, there's no sort of any better way of saying it. Just literally.
So, is that out on PS4?
It's on PS4, PS3, I believe, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PC, Android, and iOS. Cool. The cat's really not helping right now. So, anyway, but yes, if you are interested in any way to play that game, just seriously go for it. You will not be disappointed.
How much is it?
I believe the season pass I bought it is about, I think it's between like 22 to 25 quid or something like that.
How much is the singular episode if you want a taster?
They usually, I think they're about like $6.99.
Not too bad.
Those lines. I think that's literally estimation. Don't take my word for that. But no, it is really, really good. If you enjoy, like I say, if you haven't even played any of the Telltale games and you enjoy Batman, try one episode of this. If you like Telltale but not too sure about Batman, just try one episode of this, because I think it'll pull you in very, very quickly. It doesn't do anything new, like I said, but the story is intriguing, and it's a lot, I'd say not a lot darker, because Wolf Among Us was quite dark in that aspect.
I haven't played that yet.
Worth playing.
Okay.
One of the best by far of the Telltale games.
I like Borderlands.
You like Borderlands anyway.
No, I mean the Telltale one in particular, because it was funny. I don't
played
know why.
episode 1 of that. Yeah, it was okay.
I don't know why I got.
I was never into Borderlands though. I was never really into it.
No, that's fair enough. The story, yeah, well.
I would like to see more comics though, like superhero films based in this Telltale style. I really hope that this is like a run. Like if we get season 2 of Batman, season 3 of Batman, I'm really looking forward to this. Could keep progressing forward and then introduce other superheroes along the way. That'd be really good.
It seems like they generally target comics, graphic novels. It seems then, because we've got Walking Dead, which is obviously based on Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, which is based on Fables, and now Batman. Borderlands was the only one so far, I think, that was.
I think Game of Thrones as well, which
Game of Thrones,
technically based on a book, I guess, but anyway, the TV series.
Yeah, and then it was the original ones were Back to the Future and Jurassic Park, weren't they?
Yeah, we mentioned this on the last show, didn't we? Yeah, don't play the Jurassic Park. I never played the Back to the Future one. Apparently, it wasn't very good.
No.
Very good. But
what was the Minecraft one like?
Oh yes, Minecraft.
Yeah.
Never played it.
No, I haven't played that. It looked like it'd be alright, but it seems aimed at kids.
Yeah.
Much younger audience, I think, probably that target. But this one isn't, I'd say. Probably not as young of an audience. Like almost like if similar sort of, if you like the Wolf Among Us sort of style of darkness, it's a little bit edgy towards that.
Yeah, that's what I assume. We say like it's like a 12/15.
Definitely, I can't remember if there's any swearing in it or anything like that, but there's certainly brutal beating people. Well, like snapping of arms, if you wish, as well, and stuff like that. It's kind of like, ugh. But It's good. It's really good. Really, really good. Worth picking up, at least on episode 1, to give it a try. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the second episode. It's pulled me back into that style of gameplay once again. I haven't played the Telltales for a little while, and it was nice just to sit back and enjoy the story.
You don't have to do as much, do you? You don't have to sort of.
Oh, it was literally, I just played a little bit of Witcher 3 Game Plus mode. So obviously that's quite, you're constantly controlling the character, which you do in most games. But going from then that to this, it was so relaxing. You could just literally sit back with your feet up, coffee, and just sort of like wait. And it was only then when there was a fight scene, you had to sort of maybe do a bit more with it. And then you could just literally take your time with the conversations. And it was good fun. Yeah, really, really good fun. Worth a purchase, I'd say.
Yeah, to me, they're the best current like games where you get a lot of games and they say, oh, it's like a movie experience, stuff like that. I think the Telltale ones are the better ones that you get invested in the story because the choices you make and the action bits that pop out of nowhere. I prefer them to when they do an action game, but then take away a lot of the action from you and put you in a corridor, which is just cutscene in the corridor.
Yep. Yeah, because we go from like one extreme to another in those games where you've got all that freedom, and it's like, well, now this is going to be a quick time event. Whereas if the game's always like that from the beginning, you're not going to be disappointed because you know what you're getting into. I always think the Telltale games as well is a great selection of games to introduce to people who don't play video games. And like, if you've got a friend or who's into, well, I think now they've got a reasonable selection of like styles, whether it's Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, they say, things like that. Even if they slightly, because I had a friend who also likes Batman, but she doesn't play video games, and I was like, just if you get a chance, just have a go on somebody's console, because like it might get you into video games, and I think you'll really enjoy this, and they're kind of easy to play, which kind of helps. There's no right and wrong way around playing them because it all comes on your decisions, and I think that's what I think a lot of people who don't usually play video games, which will really, really appreciate. But